In his latest Urdu column for Daily Jung, senior journalist Hamid paints a grim picture of our world, one where international law is collapsing and the law of the jungle is taking its place. He begins with the events of June 13, when Israel launched a military strike on Iran. While US President Donald Trump publicly denied any involvement, Mir calls this a smokescreen. According to him, Israel had full American backing. Mir writes that Prime Minister Netanyahu believed he could swiftly eliminate Iran's military leadership, expecting the Iranian people to rise up and overthrow their government. But that assumption backfired. The Iranian people did come out, not against their government, but against Israel. They raised their voices in defiance, not surrender. Iran responded with force. Its missiles shattered the myth of Israel's invincible air defense systems. When rockets fell near Tel Aviv, the geopolitical equation shifted. Muslim countries began expressing support for Iran, and Donald Trump, caught off guard, stormed out of the G7 summit and returned to Washington to issue threats. Mir argues that this moment exposed Trump's real face, not as a peacemaker, but as a participant in the war. His statements, Mir says, only added fuel to the fire, something even China openly criticized. Interestingly, Hamid Mir points out that several members of the US Congress rejected Trump's war rhetoric, reminding the public that the power to declare war lies with Congress, not the president. But Mir's real concern goes beyond US politics. He highlights how international institutions, especially the United Nations, have become almost irrelevant in the face of Israeli aggression. He reminds us that Israel was created through a United Nations resolution, Resolution 181. Yet today Israel openly defies that very organization. Netanyahu, the man responsible for the deaths of over 55,000 Palestinians in Gaza, has brushed aside UN ceasefire calls with arrogance. According to Hamid Mir, Israel isn't just attacking Iran, it's attacking the credibility of the United Nations itself. And that, he warns, is dangerous for the entire world. If the UN becomes toothless, Mir asks, who will protect the weak? What's left to stop powerful nations from rewriting international laws to suit their own agendas? He warns that the world is fast descending into a system where only might is right, a world ruled by brute force, not justice. So what does Hamid Mir propose? He offers a bold idea. Countries opposed to Israeli aggression should move a new resolution in the UN General Assembly, one that revokes Resolution 181, the very resolution that legitimized the creation of Israel. His argument: if Israel refuses to honor the conditions of that resolution, the world should have the right to withdraw it. Mir supports his argument with precedent. He recalls how in 1975, the UN passed Resolution 3379, declaring Zionism as a form of racism. Years later, under Israeli pressure during the Madrid peace process, that resolution was repealed. If the UN could reverse that, why not 181? He also revisits historical facts. When Resolution 181 was passed in 1947, only 33 countries supported it. Not a single one was an Arab or Muslim nation. Muhammad Ali Jinnah, the founder of Pakistan, had also rejected it. In fact, in a letter to US President Truman, Jinnah called it a violation of the UN Charter. Hamid Mir explains that according to Resolution 1181, Jerusalem was to remain under UN control. Yet since 1967, Israel has occupied the city, including Al-Aqsa Mosque. In 2018, Trump worsened the situation by moving the US Embassy to Jerusalem in total disregard for international law. In Hamid Mir's view, if the world truly wants to resolve the crises in Palestine and Kashmir, then the United Nations must be revived. And that revival begins with holding Israel accountable by reversing Resolution 181 and forcing a global debate on justice. Mir concludes with a call to action. He believes the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, the OIC, must take the lead, and he's optimistic that many nations in Latin America, Africa, and beyond will join this effort. Because if nothing changes, Hamid Mir warns, we will all be living under the law of the jungle.